Hey guys, welcome to our second NexGen Zoom. I'm super excited of what we'll be sharing today because just to preface, like what I'm going to show you today really opened my eyes to number one, what we can do with our life, but then also how we can use Partner Code to do that, and then how to do a presentation, the importance of mastering a presentation, and kind of what it looks like. So I'm going to share my screen. And I am, let's see, nope, sorry. All right, can y'all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
If I can somehow present.
Just click slideshow up there at the top. You should be good.
Technologically challenged. All right, so this is the exact presentation that I show. And so when I love getting to meet people in person, so I'll do it in person, or if I have to do it on Zoom, I'll do it on Zoom. And so obviously it gets obviously we're partner code, but so the first thing that I show is it's called the four quadrants to cash flow. And this blew my mind when I first saw it. And it's important for me, first off, to know, but it's also important for me to share with others. And so I tell them as soon as we start the meeting, it's like, look, I hope you join us. I want everybody in the world to join us. But if nothing else, I want you to learn this four quadrants to cash flow because I know that it can change your life and it will show you it'll get you to understand how you can create the life you want to create. I'll show you how to do it with Partner Co, but at least you'll learn this and see how you can do it. So the four quadrants of cash flow, everybody in the world will fit into one of these four boxes. So first you have employees, all right? Second, you have self-employed. Third, you have business owners. And fourth, so business owner has a system. Fourth, you have an investor. And so somebody fits into all four of these categories. There's nothing wrong with any one of them. But an employee, obviously, they're an employee to someone else. Self-employed sounds great, but you're still an employee to yourself. So I think of somebody who owns a grass cutting business. They're their own boss, but if they don't show up to cut the grass, they don't get paid. And so that's a big difference between that and a business owner. So the business owner has a system put in place to where they get paid no matter if they show up or not. All right. And then obviously an investor makes money for themselves. So going back to the employees, 90% of the world makes up the employee category. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the world we live in. 5% of the world makes up self-employed. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, but they're still an employee to themselves. All right. 3% of the world is a business owner, and 2% of the world is an investor. So as you can see, 95% of the world is on the employee spectrum to where they don't have a system that works for them, that they have to show up to get paid. So what I love to show is how can we get to the 5%? How can we get to the 5%? And then I'll show them how we can use Partner Code to do that. But going from the 95 to the 5, at that 5%, we have a system put in place. There's no ceiling on how much money you can make, and we're creating residual income, which is huge. So obviously, getting from that 95% to the 5%, there's always a risk. Like I talked about cutting grass. If you go start a grass business tomorrow, you're going to buy a $5,000 lawnmower, $1,000 trailer. You got to buy the gas, the weed eater, and that's lowballing it. That would probably be a good deal for somebody. So there's always a risk, but with risk, there's always opportunity. So I always show this and break it down, and I encourage you to write this down because when I understood the four quadrants to cash flow, it changed my whole mindset of how we can get from the 95 to the 5. And so with using Partner Co, It's simple. We just got to get to the place called ultimate. Once we can get people to ultimate, once we can get yourself to ultimate, now you are the 5% that has a system put in place for you. You do not have a ceiling on how much money you can make. And then we're building residual income. What is ultimate? It's 1,500 points in product. And I'll tell them, I'm like, there's different ways to get there. Like we can come in on a 30 pack today and be ultimate. Or if your finances aren't right, you can start with a 4 pack at 200 points and we can work our way up. Either way, we're going to get up and work ourselves up to 1,500 points or $2,300 getting to ultimate. So that was the 4 quadrants to cash flow. I may should have went back, but I don't know if I can. By the way, I meant to say this. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat. And if we have any time at the end, I will answer as many as I can. So that was the 4 quadrants to cash flow. That's the first thing I show every time as long as I have time. Next, I show them the system we run. All right. I call it active and passive. Some people call it new school, old school, whatever. Active is simply just, actively recruiting. I like to write down 100 names. Doesn't have to be 100, but I like to write down 100 names. And if I will do that at a 10% rate, we will get 10 brand partners. And that's just simply right. Like it could be anybody. You don't have to personally know them. I recommend having some kind of connection with them, but just calling them up. Hey, if I could show you how to make some extra cash, would you be interested? If you do that to 100 names, you'll get 10 brand partners. You'll probably get more than that. Then what will we do? Get them 10 people to get 100 names. Now we've got 1,000 names at that same 10% rate. Now we've got 100 brand partners. What are we going to do? Train them up. Same thing. You'll get 100 names. Now we've got 10,000 names at a 10% rate. We've got 1,000 brand partners. And that's just running that active system. Next, we have passive, which is super easy. Probably everybody on here runs it, and that's just the system of growth, posting 2 times a day. Like it can't get any easier than that. Copy and paste, post 2 times a day. But if we really want to do it big, and this is what I tell everybody, is being passive, running the system of growth is great. We will sell boxes of drops all day long. We'll customer convert all day long. Being active is great. We'll go out and get brand partners all day long. But how do we want to what do we really want to get out of this? Do we want to make some quick cash, or do we want to create a whole new life for ourselves? And to do that, we've got to do both. All right. Posting 2 times a day, super easy. Go reach out, be active, see who we can talk to, see who we can get. That's the system we run. That's the system I run every day. I hope that makes sense. Next, I show them. So first I show the 4 quadrants. Next, I show the system. The third thing I show is my 4 favorite ways that we get paid. Obviously, I'll tell them, hey, we get paid 9 different ways, one being retail, but here's my favorite 4. The first one is new volume bonus. And what I love about showing them this is it shows, for one, why it's important to get to ultimate. And also, once you are ultimate, then the important part of new volume bonus. So it shows you, hey, at 200 points, you're going to make 15%. At 500 points, you'll make 20%. At 1,000 points, you'll make 25%. At 1,500 points, ding, 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 ultimate. Now we're making 30%. First off, now you're top pay, but then as you go get product, running the system of growth, the company will pay you 30%, doing that the whole time. And then obviously, as we bring in new brand partners, we're making 30% off those points. Second is team commissions. And I love this because I'll just show them, like I'll usually write, here's you. We're going to start with 2 people, 2 lines. One line is going to be your power leg. Every other line outside of that, we will make 15% on all the volume, and all volume flows up. The third thing is the match and check. I write down match pay. I always say this is my favorite way we get paid because it makes us work as a team. Like, it does me no good to say, oh, well, thanks for signing up. Appreciate you. See you later. Peace out. holler back in like 2 years, we'll go get lunch. Like that doesn't do any good. So it makes you work with people because we're going to earn a percentage of all our generations of what they make their base commissions. So, and I'll draw it up. So I'm like, hey, anybody that you enroll, that's your first generation. All right. Then I'll go through your second generation, third generation. I'm like, and we'll go all the way down to 7 generations. And you start out your first generation, you're going to make 15% of whatever their base commission is. Second generation is 10%. Third generation is 5%, all the way down to 7 as that gets unlocked. And I just tell them, I'm like, look, everybody that wants that I enroll, I want them to go out, work like out, make me. So I want them to go make way more money than I'd ever make because number one, it keeps them active, but I'm at least going to get 15% or 10 or whatever. I'll get some kind of percentage. So I love matching check. The next is the savings bonus. And I just say, literally, like it's amazing that our company is as great as it is. Once you reach $250 in base commissions, the company will literally add 15%. They ain't going to take out. They're going to add 15% into a savings account. Once it adds up to $10,000, they'll give you a $10,000 check. They'll call you, celebrate you. It's amazing. And that's another way we get paid. And then you get that a bonus every month after that on top of all of it. And I'm like, here's the thing. It all works together. So I'll tell them this is my 4 favorite ways we get paid. Obviously, we get paid retail. And then I go through a presentation. And here's what the presentation is. So we're doing it right now as we speak. And I'll kind of skim through it, but it's just we're in 58 countries, like, or I think it's 58. I might not 50 plus. Maybe I should just read the slides. We're in 50 plus countries, but it shows them like this ain't no startup. Like we're a massive company. The markets that we are in are huge, and they're only going to get bigger. And you can see, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. I'm just going to skim through this though. I'll talk about the owners, Darren and John, and how good they are, and I'll try to talk about them. And then I'll talk about the values we live by. I don't think this is the updated one. I need to get that. But still, the values are incredible. And I always point out customer first because it's usually the one that I see first. But it just shows you that we truly value the customer. Then I'll talk about our executives and how great they are. Go through this, talk about everything's backed by science, like our products are the best of the best. Back to the, like, everybody needs something that we have, and they're probably already using it. They're just not using the healthiest version. So, like, I used to drink energy drinks all the time that are terrible for you. I used to use whey protein all the time that now I found out is horrible for you. So, like, we have all these things. We just got to educate on what we have. This is a video on the drops. I'm not going to play it, but it just, we all know what the drops are. It just shows some results and testimonies and stuff. Then I'll show this, like, look, we've sold over 1 million boxes by running that system of growth. Tells what the drops do. Bottle number 1, bottle number 2, the ingredients. And I'll be like, hey, everybody experiences something of hormone imbalance. Like, I don't know anybody that's just naturally balanced. Like, so everybody needs this. And then, here's the results. Talk about the program, accountability, the importance of running the system of growth. Like, this is huge because it shows the importance of posting. Like, you have to post to move product. Like, social acceptance is a big thing with NexGen. We've tried to create a boards that is more relatable for the young people, but it is still like it's stepping outside your comfort zone, no doubt, to post on social media. But for anybody that's scared to post, I just want to ask the question, how bad do you want it? Like, are we really like I've got huge goals for my life. Am I going to let what I think about people, what I'm worried about people thinking about me on social media stop me from getting there? So that's the way I look at it. Then it goes over boards. I'm like, what I love about boards, you don't have to be the expert. Boards is the expert for you. You can earn money day one, just plug in. Then it shows kind of some examples of boards and how they got customers off of each post. It shows the power of using the system of growth, plus as we bring on people, what it can turn into in getting them to post. Then I'm like, we just want to be your business partner. Like, it's $29.95 to start one time, but I kind of go over that already when we're talking about 4 quadrants and stuff like that. But $29 like that, it still blows my mind that that's what it costs to get in. I always lead with a 30 pack. Hey, you can come in at Ultimate today with a 30 pack. We sell those 30 boxes, you're going to profit a lot of cash, over $2,000. If they can't do that, hey, that's fine. We got a 10 packs, 500 points. You're going to profit $881. All right. If they can't do that, that's fine. You can come in on a 4 pack. Each box will cost $92. You'll profit about $150. Or if you're going to take the drops, you can get one for free after you sell 3. So I always give them the option, and I don't pressure them ever. I'm like, just pick whatever works for you. Like, we'll get to 1,500 points. Like, we'll do what we need to do. And then it's obviously like partner with us, and need to go back. But so well, I lost my train of thought. This goes back over the 9 ways we get paid, so I'll briefly touch on that. But what I love about already showing the 4 ways is we've got that, so we can skim through it. Now we can talk about the global bonus, the first one, the second one, and then the lifestyle rewards. Then I'll look at the subscription, and I'm saying, look, hey, don't let the subscription scare you, especially with NexGen. Like, people are terrified of subscriptions for whatever reason. But it's like, hey, whatever products I'm going to personally use, if any, put them on subscription. That way now I can earn commission. Or if I'm not going to take anything, I've got several brand partners that don't take anything. And I'm like, hey, we've got to go sell a box. We got to go sell a box a month to be able to earn commissions. Like, if I could make $1,000 this week, but I've got to sell 1 box to do that, I'll go sell that 1 box. Like, that's no issue. Obviously, we've got a month to do that, but still. Then it just shows you, like, here's retail profits, new volume bonus, base commissions, but they already know that because we've already went over it. Savings bonus. Now, like I said, go over the global bonus, pay line bonus, matching bonus. Then I'll tell them about the reward trips and how big of a deal it is and how we just took 200 people to Punta Cana. But that's it. When I get to this point, and I want to stop sharing my screen so that I can see everybody. However I do that, stop share. Am I still here, guys?
Yep, you're still good. We can see you. You stop sharing your screen.
Okay, I can see y'all, or you can see me. I just can't see you. Oh, wait, here we go. Sorry about that. All right, once again, if I can do this, anybody can do it. But what I love about breaking all that down, showing the 4 quadrants to cash flow, showing the system we run, showing the favorite ways we get paid, like, it really allows you to kind of almost take a step back and say, like, number one, with the 4 quadrants, wow, like, I understand, like, nobody's going to look at that and say, nope, not me. I don't want to be the 5%. Like, if you'll show that, I guarantee you everybody's like, I want to be the 5%. How do I get there? Then you show them how to do it. A lot of times they think the system we run is like some huge thing that's like, oh, I could never do that. But when you just show them, hey, it's active and passive, they're like, oh, that's it. I can do that. I can copy and paste. I can reach out to my buddies. And then when you show them your 4 favorite ways you get paid, and then go through all of them, like, they're like, chances are they're working a normal job and they're like, dang, I only get paid one way. And that's just showing up to work and and punching the clock. You're telling me I can run the two systems and get paid 9 different ways off of it? Like, it's crazy. So I'm gonna try to break this down really quick. And it's, if I have time, I love showing this because it will show you like what we can do. It used to always be how we can just get to senior officer. Now there's a little like bridge that gap, and I'm gonna try to do it with my fingers. I'll do a deeper training on this one day, but I show them this. The number one thing that we have to do is get you to ultimate. Like if we can't, like if we don't get you to ultimate, we've failed in a way. So we've got to get you to ultimate. The second thing is we want to get them to manager. All right. We want to get to manager, and because a manager, paid as manager, makes $1,000 a month base commissions residually. All that is we need 4 people in my first line, 4 people in my second line, running the system, selling boxes of drops, enrolling people. Like it all adds up to volume. Activity creates volume. So we need 4 active people creating that volume. We'll get to manager making $1,000 a month. Then I'll have a conversation with them. So the third step is let's get you to vice president. Vice president is going to make $3,000 base commission residually. All that is, we've already got 4 in each line doing it. We just got to go add 2 in my first line, add 2 in my second line. Now we have 6 people, and we're just doing the same thing. We're running the system. We're recruiting active and passive, getting the volume. Don't forget, activity creates volume. Everybody's being active, creating the volume. Now we're vice president. Then here's the big one. I'll say, let's get you to senior officer. A senior officer makes $160,000 paid as residually. But it shows them, hey, now we know how to get to vice president. We know how to get to manager. We need 2 vice presidents in each line, and then we need 8 managers in each line. So 10 total people in each line, 2 vice presidents, 8 managers in each. Now we're at senior officer. And it breaks it down and shows them, they're like, I can go get 4 people in each line. I can go get 6 in each line. And then I'm like, oh, but it's even better than that. You don't have to get them on your own. We're a team here. We're all going to work together. You don't have to go get 10 and 10 by yourself. If you can, great. But guess what? I'm going to help you do it. Everybody else is going to help you do it. So it really breaks that down. And so I hope that makes sense. But my biggest tip, with all that being said, that was probably a lot of information, but don't ever forget this, please. It's all about, the number one thing is get to ultimate. So all these things are great. It starts with getting to ultimate. It ends with getting to ultimate. So if you will just run the play of get to ultimate, I bring somebody in, get them to ultimate. We bring other people in through them, get them to ultimate. All this other stuff will take place on its own. The 2 vice presidents, the 8 managers, the senior officers that at some point will be in your business. It all goes back to getting everyone to ultimate. That's the play. Like, don't make it bigger than it has to be. Get them to ultimate. All the other things fall into place. I'm going to end with a challenge. That's all I've got to say. Maybe we have time for a couple questions if there is any. The challenge today is it's Tuesday. We've got till this coming Sunday to see how many reach outs you can get by Sunday. And we'll put our totals in the NexGen group on Facebook Sunday night. I'll put out a post. We can comment underneath it. But how many people can we reach out to by Sunday? My goal every day is at least 5 a day. So we'll see. But it'll all hold us accountable. This could be good. So the challenge this week, how many reach outs can you have by Sunday? We'll put it in the group at the end on Sunday night.
Hey, Peyton, real quick.
Yes.
Can you explain? There may be somebody here that does not know what that means. Like, what is a reach out? Can you explain that?
So a reach out can be any new contact. It can be in person or over the phone. One of the, like what I do in a day is we've already talked about the names list. I'll call them up. Hey, I'm super excited about what we've got going on. If I could show you how to make some extra money, would you be interested? Yeah, I would love to. Boom, set up a meeting. That's a reach out. Or anytime you talk about Partner Co in a reach out way, like if I'm at the coffee shop and it's, so what do you do? Well, I'm in Partner Co. Oh, what is that? I tell them we can, like, that's a reach out. Like now they now know what Partner Co is, and you plant that seed. So anytime you reach out, plant that seed, count it, put it in the group, Sunday night. Is there any, we've got maybe 2 or 3 minutes. If there's any questions, if anybody saw any questions, there may not be any. But on the presentation, that's all I got. That is my presentation that I do every time I have somebody. And what I love about what we do is just make it yours. Like, be creative, make it your own. Obviously, we have things that we know works. We've got like tips, tricks, whatever. But what I like is you can take it and twist it to make it yours. Like, it's all, we all own our own business. So take this and put your little spin on it. But I hope this helped. I really do. You can find this recording on, it will be on YouTube, our NexGen Partners channel.
We do have one question.
All right.
What do you do if you have a bunch of brand partners on your pay line that are doing nothing?
So what I do is I will go call them up. And it's funny you asked because I did this yesterday. But I'll go see because I'm exploding, and I'll tell them, like, I'm going to build this to the, so I got to pause. When I'm in a meeting, I'll tell them, hey, we're going to blow this thing up. You can either hop on the train. I'm not going to pressure anybody, but I am telling you, we are going to, like, the whole world's going to know Partner Co. So I put that out there. But to answer the question, I'll call them. One of my best friends, he's not active, not doing a thing. And I'm like, hey, dude, you've got a massive business growing in your first line. Like, let's go reach out and see who we can get in your second line, get them started, and just see if you can create some excitement, I guess, is what I try to do. And they may come back alive. They may not, or they may in a year. You never know. But I would just let them know, like, hey, we're building under you. Like, you may want to tap into it because it can make them some money, but it's also going to help you. Hopefully that made sense. All right, it's 7:31. Is there anything NexGen leaders? Do y'all have anything that you would like to say? First off, I want to say thanks for being on. I hadn't even got to look at how many people we got on, but I just looked and there were 39. There may have been more than that, but thank you for being on. We're growing. We're almost to 100 people in our group. Can't wait to see that number 100, but thank you all for being on. I love seeing everybody's faces and their names and where they're from. And hopefully this helped. I really do. I hope it helped because once I understood this, and I've got to give all the credit to my dad because I watched him do his meetings. I watched him do the 4 quadrants, and I just wrote it down as many times as I could possibly write it down and burn it into my mind to where now I can go show anybody that I want to. And I said this to the NexGen leaders when we were going over this the first time. But what I love about it, once you understand what you're doing, now you can put your passion on it. So at first, it's like anything else when you're talking, like you may not know everything. And I mean, we'll never know everything, but you're kind of like, oh, I don't want to say that. You're kind of stepping around on your toes, like, I don't want to mess up. But if you'll write it down and memorize it, now you can put your passion on it. And I'm telling you that you will see that the people you're meeting with will realize how passionate you are about it. And some will join you just because they see that passion. So I would really encourage you to write this down, put your spin on it, and be passionate about everything that you do. If that's all, thank y'all all for being on. This recording will be in NexGen Partners, and I can't wait for our next Zoom.